So like the album was inspired, or I have received the bulk of my inspiration from the Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week before and during and stuff like that. So prior, it was just in a time limit, and that was a week. So it wasn't like I'm bragging about doing it in a week. I only have a week left to add another album out. So I did it in a week from the inspiration of everything from the fashion week and the fashion industry. Not like driven, but you know what I'm saying, like just taking that energy from it, because a lot of them were from New York and stuff like that, being inspired from it. And then you see the inspirations in the music and the lifestyles and a lot of things that are retro, but yet hitting the fashion runways and stuff like that, and the models and stuff like that. So in that limit, I didn't have time to think about anything. So everything was spontaneous. I only had one song, and that was like fire. And after that, everything was open session. So it was just the fact of just I did the drums and using keyboards and stuff like that, and expanding things and flipping it. While writing it, I'm drawing inspiration from that 90s tribe vibe hip hop, which was called that because of the sound from Midnight Marauders and beyond, that have this floaty, hard, fainted drum sound, like from Low End Theory. We got the jazz and stuff like that. I don't know who coined that, but that's what it is. So, but the very song that inspired it was Written on My Kitten by Naughty by Nature, produced by KG. That sound, like, so that was the staple in my mind of what marked the hit. So when in open session, I'm not really taking from these guys. I'm doing my version of the mark that's already set there with the tribe vibe sound, if that's what they call it. And I just knowing to fade R&B rhythms and stuff like that, and just knowing melodies and mastering the mixing of R&B melodies and stuff like that. Knowing that stuff gets you to record as fast. Limited lyrical, how can I say, essence. You keep it more fun filled. You see what I'm saying? It's less serious, less emotion. It's like you sitting around, fucking around, but you just spitting some fun shit. So the tracks are layered, everything. Not as fast, because I thought I could knock them out faster. Like I thought I could get out like 10 in one day. It's not easy. It was like I really got out of it the fastest 5 in one day. Solid. I mean, mix everything, but they went in sounding different. They start off raw, and then it's flipped to another quality. Not necessarily to be contemporary, but just to hit that mark of that tribe vibe sound. So, like, that's contemporary now, which is kind of weird, I mean, those songs were never played in the club, but they were played on the radio. And I think Written on My Kitten was probably like the most famous one out of all of them, or the Tribe from the Love Movement's song. But anyway, like, so that was the marker. So I just wanted to bring that one in. And it is kind of hard with an open session because everything that you think sounds good necessarily doesn't sound good. And a lot of things in texture don't match. So, but the mix downs went alright. I chose some solid stuff. So it's just having a game plan or knowing. And I think all producers doing this, knowing what their weapons are. You know what I mean? And just knowing how to control things and stuff like that. So, like I said, the lyrical content, it was still fun filled because you had limited space, and I knocked them out like in a day. Like I was done at 12 noon, and that's like lunchtime. So I started in the morning, and I'm done. So it can be done. And I think that album cover probably was like in a couple of hours too. Like I said, I didn't spend too much time on that. That looks like some old high school shit that I came up with. I actually drew the album cover, just to cut down the time. So that shit